Hi and welcome. I'm John and this is Unique Games Rain. Guys, welcome back. For everyone that's new, this is a Let's Build video. What are Let's Build videos and what they're all about? Well, Let's Build videos, I take a model kit and I'll show you guys how to put it together. Now, if there's any area of concern on the sprue, like chains or pipes or anything like that, I'll let you guys know. If there's anything numbered on the sprue one way but the instructions is different, again, this is a heads up to let you know. If you suffer with dyslexia or just struggle with instructions in general, again, this is a visual aid to help you. If you're interested in certain models but look and think, oh, that's a bit outside of my building, ability, this is a visual aid to help you guys and show you guys that all models are accessible to all of us, no matter your age, skill level, or anything like that. All models are available and accessible. It takes someone like me to show you, look, this is how we do this. If there's something that I do that's not that the instructions tell me to do it like this, X, Y, Z, and I do it and it's so difficult to do, I then come up with an easy way of doing it, and I'll show you the easy way of doing it to make life easier for you guys. Things like Silent King come to mind. Actually, nightmare of a build, but anyway, for all my regulars here, guys, I feel love. Thank you very much. I'll see you in a second. Right, so what am I building in this video? I am building a Hammerfell bunker for my Space Marine army. And I got the sprue out, and I tell you what, I am not disappointed. I am not disappointed at all. The sprue looks absolutely amazing. It's lovely big pieces. It's nice. It looks very nice and simple to build. So let's go through tools needed as always. So, mold lines paper. You can use a hobby knife or some sort of surgical blade. If you're using a sharp tool, just be careful because it is sharp and you don't want to cut yourself. Let anyone in the house know you're using it so you don't hurt yourself and escape by accident. Clippers, most useful part of our kit. I have sanding sponge. Well, sorry, this is sanding block, but I have sanding sponge as well. It's sanding sponge and sanding block, basically foam with sandpaper on the edges. Yeah, so this is actually very handy for getting into little nitty grits that you can't get into with the blade properly. This is a plastic kit, so I have plastic glue. I do have super glue hand just in case. So everyone that's new, what I do now is we have a look at the sprue and ascertain what we can see what's what, so it makes our life a little bit easier. So straight away, by knocking the camera, I can see that looks like the top of the bunker. That's a corner piece. You can tell that. It looks like a side piece. Missile pods. Then looks like leg contraptions. And the other sprue is pretty much the same. Two big sprues, but it's pretty much the same. So it's happy days. So I'm going to finish getting set up, and I'm going to come back to you with the first pieces. Right. So the first pieces we need are 5, 6. Yeah, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, but this has been done 4 times. So I'll show you how to do the one, and then I'll go off camera and I'll just do the rest of them, okay? Right, this is really straightforward. So another 7 goes on this side, yeah? And before you go, oh, I might get on the wrong side, this is the outside of it. Okay, so clips on there, and this one does the same thing, but this is number 6. Again, that's the inside, that's the outside. So there's no way you can make a mistake with that. Okay, now you can see there's a couple of little bits like that. Don't panic about that. I've given it a sand down. What I'll do when the whole model is glued, if you see that bit still sticking out, I'll either drop a little bit of plastic glue on it, just melt it off, or come back in with this, and like I can get that bit there now, or come back in with some sanding sponge. I actually got sanding block. This is the coarse one because some of these are just big chunky pieces, but that's how that goes in. Okay, see at the bottom how it glues nicely. So I'm going to glue it into place. There's 4 of these to build. The same numbers, the same way. So I'm going to get them all, glue them all together, and then come back to you for the next part. And the next piece that we need is going to be number 2. This is what it looks like. Okay. That's what it looks like. No, that's not the right piece. Yeah, that's the piece. Number 2. Okay. So there's 4 of these. So I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, and show you how they go on. Right, so this is very straightforward. There's that slot in the middle. There's a slot along there. That just clips, just slots into there, and that just sits on top there. So I'm going to glue all 4 of them into these little pieces, and then come back to you for the next piece. Right, so the next piece we need, but not in the camera, is number 1. There's one on that sprue, and there's one on that sprue. So I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, and show you how they go together. Right, so these 2 pieces, as you can see, there's a hole there, there's a pin. Same the other side, they just clip into each other like that. Bob's your uncle, Freddy's your aunt. So I'm going to glue them into place and then come back to you, show you how they connect onto these guys. Right, so I have to a little bit be careful because that's still a bit wet. I run a bit of glue along the seam join lines. This is absolutely brilliant. So basically, it goes in there, and then these panels, see, they can just sit down on there. And that's how that glues on. So I'm going to glue that into place, all 4 of them, and then come back to you for the next piece. Right, so next, excuse me, next pieces we need are number 3 and number 4. Yeah? They look exactly the same. Let's have a look on the other side. They are identical. I don't know why they've done that. Numbered them 3 and 4. So you're supposed to put, say, 3 this side and 3 that side, number 4 that side, and number 4 this side. Let's see how they clip in. You've got these tiny little nooks here, and there is, let's see that there? That's how they clip into there. And obviously glue around the edge of the thing. So I'm going to snip all 4 of them off, clean them down. I'll show you how to glue one in, then I'll just glue the rest on. Right, so I'll put number 3 this side, number 3 that side, 4 and 4. So I'll wax some glue on number 4. I'm going to try and put it on. So it just slots into there and goes over the top. Make sure that goes in there. See the little grooves, so it just goes in there and it glues in along the edge here. Might have to hold it for a moment or so. Job done. So I'm going, I put it on the wrong side. No, I didn't put it on the wrong side. There is no wrong side. So now I'm going to clean the rest of them off and glue the rest of them on, and then I'm going to come back to our next bits. Now, it comes with a heavy flame array as standard, but you can switch it for the heavy bolter array. Now, the heavy flame only has a 12-inch range, but it also hits. You don't really want your enemies 12 inches away with this, but if they're deep striking behind you and they're eligible to target, you can instantly flame and also hitting them. It's, you know, it's a, I don't know which one's the best one, but I'm going to go with the heavy bolter array. So there's 8 of these and 8 of these. So I'm going to clip off all 8 of these, clean these down, and I'll show you where they go. Right, to make it easier for me, save me a bit of time, I'm going to show you how to put 2 on, and then I'm going to have Cameron do the rest. So there's the heavy bolter. You can see there's that little semicircle. They just sit in there. On that side, one that side. There's 8 of them, so it goes on each panel all the way around. So I'm going to finish cleaning these guys off, glue them all on, and then come back to you for the next piece. Right, so now it's looking more and more like a bunker now. Right, so now we need is number 8, which is this weird piece. Okay. So let me show you what it looks like. It's a very weird piece. It's just there's 2 of them. Okay, so I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, and I'll show you how they go together. Well, this piece is very easy. So there's the lip, there's nothing on that side. Same the other side, so it clips in just like that. So I'm going to glue that together, then go back to the next pieces. Next two pieces we need are number 9. There's 2 of these, one on each sprue. Again, I'm going to snip them, clean them, show you how they go together. But I can already see a pin sitting there, so they'll give me the best clue. This is very straightforward. I was right. There's a pin. There's a hole. So that just slots in there. The same on the other side. So it just goes onto each other like that. Okay. So I'm going to glue it into place, and I'm going to run a. Do I need to? No, I don't. You don't need to unglue across that join line, because there's a bit that goes into there. And we take the first piece, we turn it up like that, and this just slots into it. Yeah, that goes inside there. Let me show you. I'm going to slots in there. So I'm going to glue it into place, and then come back to the next pieces. I'm about to say to you, see that weird little shaped line? The other side's flat, so it does go in a certain way. Right, so the next pieces needed are number 12 and number 10. Well, there's number 12. And there's number 10. So I'm going to snip them off, clean them down, show you how they go on. Right, so this piece, oh, lucky I didn't drop that. I didn't increase on my trousers. There's no space here. Right, so you see you've got this funny shape here, the other side's that. This is what you need. This is number 12. It slots on like that. Okay, give you that look. And then this one has that funny shape. It slots on over like that. Okay. So I'm going to glue those 2 bits on, and then come back for the next piece. Right, so the next piece we need is number 15, which is this piece. There's 2 of them, so I'm going to clip them off, clean them down, and show you how they go together. Right, so there's a pin and a hole. Some glue on that one. It just slots into each other like that. Very easy, very simple. There's a nice little bit at the bottom. I'm sure it slots in. Oh look, that's where that slots in. I've just seen that. So the next piece needed is number 11. Number 11 is the little antennae, which is this piece here. I'm going to snip it, clean it, show you how it goes on. Right, so the antennae, the little one goes on this side, and it just slots in there like so. I've already put glue on it, so let's put some glue in there. That slots in there, like so. Always comes together nicely. The next piece we need is number 16, which looks like 2. There we are. There's 2 of them. They're very small, very fiddly. I think this is the part that's going to mess me up now. So there's 1 on each sprue. Now bear in mind, there's number 10, we've already put it on, and there's number 12, we've already put it on. They're 2 spare parts. Don't look at them and go, oh, what's going on here? So I'm going to snip this off. By the looks of it, I have to snip it here. Get the camera in focus. I have to snip it along here, and I have to snip it along there. So I'm going to snip those 2 pieces off without dropping them on the floor, and then I'll clean them and show you how they go on. Well, this is very straightforward. See, that's a light reflecting off it. So that square there, I've put the glue in, and there's a circle there. There's a circle and a square, so it just literally goes in like so. Okay, so I'm going to glue the other side on, and then we're going to come back for the next piece. Right, next 2 pieces we need are 17 and 18. So I'm going to snip them, clean them, and I'll show you how they go on. Okay, so this is number 17, this is number 18. You'll see there's 2 little bits and 2 little holes. They just slot together like that. So then glue that into place. This is where you better be using plastic glue because you're making like a square. So you're going to make sure you need to have a little bit of play with this. So don't glue this, disappear off and then come back 2 hours later in case it's slightly off and it won't sit properly. So I'm going to glue this on and then we'll come back for the next piece. Right, so the next piece we need is number 19. I'm going to snip clean and show you how it goes on. Okay, so this is a a mad one. So it says front. So that's the front of the missile pod. So you've got this big gap here that slots in there. The 2 little nips either side just slotting in. Yeah, and it lines up like that. Now we look on the other side, it should be like that. Okay, so look on the inside, you can see it's all lined up. Yeah, that's going on there. Even with that said, it looks a bit weird to me. I know, because it goes like that. So I'm going to glue that into place and then come back to you for the next piece. So the next piece we need is 21. Now don't get confused because 20 is that side. Okay, that's for the other pod. You can see this little targeting thing. So we need 21 just on this one, and on the other sprue there's another 21. We need both of those 21s. I'm going to snip those off, clean those down and show you how they go on. Right, so this is very straightforward. So this is both missile pod 21. Obviously that's the inside part of it, that's the outside part of it. You'll see it just slots in there and slots onto there. The little point of connection there. Don't worry about that because I'm going to drop a bit of plastic glue and I get rid of that. Same as that bit underneath. The back end one does the same thing, but that goes that way. Goes in there. So that's the back of it. So I'm going to glue those into place and then come back for the next piece. Now, so the other missile pod is exactly the same, except you're using 20, both 20s. And they're going exactly the same way. So I'm going to snip all those parts off, clean them down and put them together and then come back to you for the next piece. Right, so now is the fun part. So we are going to actually, let me just point this out to you because I just noticed this. There's a pin and a hole. There's a pin and a hole. So when they go in, they slot into each other. So I'm going to wax some glue on that. So how this bad boy goes together. So that goes in there. And this bad boy goes in there. There we go. I think that's absolutely fantastic. Now what happens is you wax some glue on here. It's not going to be shy here. I'm going to put a fair amount on there so it does stick nice. This slots over the top like so. Seems to be on properly. And then there's supposed to be a little gap, sorry. So then now, see those little bits there, and just take a bit on there. This is a beast of a model. I'm actually really impressed with this. There's one more thing that it's telling me, and that's number 22, which is the skulls or the wings. I'm not going to bother with those, but they're supposed to, they want them to go on the side of the rockets. I'm not going to bother with those. I think it looks pretty cool as it is. And so my thoughts are this on this behemoth of a model. I would give this a difficult rating of maybe a 3. The most difficult thing with this model is, there's two things I found really difficult, is the mould lines. And not so much the mould lines, when you're snipping it from the sprue, there's bits of sprue being left behind. And it's taking, like, there's a little bit there that just, on that leg there. That's annoying me. But I'm going to give it a sand down when this is all dry. I'm going to give it a sand down before I spray it. And anything like that, I can either drop a little bit of plastic glue on it, or I can just leave it, and when I undercoat it black, I'll lose part of that. You won't see it, but anything you do notice, there's a little dimple there, there's a little this or that, it's just going to be looked at as like battle damage, so, or weathering, or whatever you want to call it. So it's not too bad. The second thing that was very difficult, I found difficult, was putting those two little pins in either side to hold the cannon up. Just because they're small and fiddly and I've got big massive hands. Apart from that, that is fantastic. That's why I say it's a 2 or a 3 or something like that. Now I do see some join lines here and there, and I'm probably going to find some mold lines before I spray it down, which again, it's not an issue. That's what we have sandy block for. Look at that. But that's what we have sand block for, or sanding sponge. And we have mold line scraper, sanding. I can't get to use that. So guys, thank you for watching. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. It costs you absolutely nothing. Turn your notifications on, because you don't want to miss anything that I'm doing. And for everyone to support the channel for as long as you have, guys, it means a hell of a world. It means the world to me. You know, hell of a much. Sorry, I'm losing my words now. It means the world to me. You know, thank you very much to all of you guys. Everyone, please just smash the thumbs up button, because that triggers YouTube to share this video with more and more people. I'm going to bring you down and show you some pretty pictures of this badass. Oh, before I do, let me tell you the quick rules of this guy. The heavy bolter array. This is why I went for the heavy bolter array. There's the missile pod on top, which is frag and crack missiles, super frag and super crack missiles. You can choose which one you want to fire. The heavy bolter array, should we say rolls? I think it's 6 shots. I think it is. But in your opponent's movement phase, if one of their units moves within range and is an eligible target, what that means is they're moved in and they're in range, but they're not hidden behind a building or outside. You can actually see them. This can shoot them with the heavy bolter array, not the missile pod, just the heavy bolter array. And you can do that 4 times in your opponent's movement phase. It's not CP, it's not a stratagem, doesn't cost you anything like that. So you could still do an Overwatch with like these guys. 4+, I think they hit on Overwatch. That's the 5-strike turrets, or your Desolation squads, or your Devastator squad, or something like that. You can Overwatch with this bad boy. But we think, okay, that's pretty cool. But you now think this can't move. So you set it up in your deployment zone, probably on the objective marker in your deployment zone. Your enemy's too far away from the bolters. You've got missile pods. They deep strike in. You shoot them first of all if they don't try and hide behind anything. Then it's your turn. You can blast them away again. Then your opponent's turn. They move, like I'm presuming like Terminator or something like that. They move closer to get to charge it. You're shooting it again. Yeah, it's a very, very. I'm probably going to get another one of these to add to this Space Marine faction, because I really like it. But that's the general rules. I think there's a few more species, but the bolters have. I'm not sure if it's blast. I know they're twin linked. I don't think they have rapid fire, but they might have rapid fire because they're heavy bolters. Yeah, sorry, I think the frag has blast. I think they have rapid fire and twin linked. Twin linked lets you re-roll wound rolls, which is pretty handy. And there's something else they have as well that's part of this. It might be devastating hits. I'm not sure now. Don't quote me on it. But yeah, have a look on the app and have a look at the or look at your data, your index card for this bad boy. Anyway, guys, until next time, thank you for watching. Take it easy.